I'm Heather Vale with Performance Marketing Insider, and I'm with Nate from Ethoca. Hey Nate, how are you?
Good, fantastic.
Good. So can you explain to us what exactly Ethoca is?
Sure. So Ethoca is a secure network made up of card issuing banks, and what we do is send real-time fraud alerts and chargeback alerts to 2,100 merchants globally. What they're doing with those is they're refunding transactions back to those issuing banks, and the issuing banks don't process the chargeback. They can also use that data to find fraudulent orders in their system and cancel them right away. Stop the fulfillment of goods.
Okay, so you're sending the alert to the actual product owner, the one who's selling the product online?
Yes. Yeah. So we work with the Amazon, Dells, Apples of the world, and then we work with anybody who's high risk, who might be getting chargebacks or might have maybe a Nutra product or a physical digital good that would get a fraudulent order or in turn a chargeback from that.
Okay, so why would they want to refund someone who's doing a fraudulent chargeback?
So if they do refund the transaction back to that issuer, then the issuer doesn't process the chargeback, meaning that they don't get the ding to their ratios with Visa and MasterCard. And then they also, furthermore, they can keep their percentages low, and then they don't get the fees that their acquirers will hit them with for processing the chargeback. So it's a win-win. It saves money, and it keeps them from getting in chargeback trouble and potentially losing their business or losing mids.
Why do you think in certain industries and certain niches there's more chargebacks than others?
It's a good question. I mean, sometimes, you think of the big ones like electronics, those are going to be high risk for fraud because people can resell those. Sometimes there's products where it depends on the person, maybe like a nutraceutical, and so somebody might not be happy with the product or they expect a result to be greater than what is, kind of advertised. But we work with different mass merchants that have products from electronics to nutraceuticals to digitals, and sometimes they'll tell us that their highest fraud product was orthopedic shoes that month. And so it could be this, could be that, but it just kind of depends. Sometimes companies will invest more on the front end on different things that will find fraud on the front end, or they'll do things operationally on the back end, like won't fulfill an order for 2 weeks and then do some sort of manual review for them. But it just depends, how fast they want to ship, how fast they want to fulfill, how many orders, potentially good orders, do they want to stop because it may be a little bit risky when they're analyzing it.
Okay, so you said the alert happens in real time. What exactly happens that triggers the alert, and how much time does the vendor have to react to that?
Great question. So it depends on when the cardholder confirms with the issuer that there's been fraud or that they're not happy with the product. So it could be someone checking their monthly statement. It could be someone getting a push notification from Chase saying, hey, we don't recognize this transaction. Was this you? At that point, that the card holder and the issuing bank confirm that has been fraud or that there's a chargeback is going to be processed, they look and see if that merchant is a part of the Ethoca network. If they are, then they send Ethoca an alert saying, hey, there's a chargeback or two going to be processed. That merchant has 24 hours to mark in our portal that they're going to refund it. If they refund it, the issuer says, hey, we're going to get our money back. Let's not process the chargeback. If the merchant says, you know what, I don't think that was fraud, I'm not going to refund it, I want to represent that, they would mark in our portal no, and they would go through the regular representment channels.
Okay, very nice. So if someone's watching and they think they can make use of your services, how do they find out more or sign up?
Sure, so you can visit us at ethoca.com. We're obviously at different trade shows, Affiliate Summit West. But yeah, I would say the best way to go to ethoca.com, go to connect with an expert, fill in the best means of communication, and we'll reach out and set a call. And then what we can do is we can query our data to see how many alerts, if any, we've had from you in the last month, 12 months, see if it makes sense to have a conversation about it.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.